I feel like this could be a really good run. And also incredibly stupid at the same time, because while yes, we do have 7 inventory slots, that also means we start with negative 16% evasion, negative critical chance, and importantly, negative defense. So we can fill these with important accessories that will make us strong, while being the biggest glass cannon in existence. Actually, we don't even have the accessories to make us a cannon. We're just a big glass ball at this point, so we got to turn ourselves into a cannon. The saving grace is I got this from a blessing, so we're starting with a legendary weapon. It also does two true damage on top of all that, plus cloth armor. So we sort of just need an absurd amount of luck to get some of these accessories going. First things first, we're going to sacrifice some of those things to head to the food shop, while also finding the regular shop. I was hoping they would have some accessories we might be able to use. Magnet we can, that's only 768 gold, and that pulls gold within 100 meters. And I'll actually take that because I'm really lazy when it comes to going to collect gold and we need lots of gold. This weapon can be good actually because we can walk the enemies through our red spear things and they will take damage there, and that's good. If you're wondering why that's good, it's because it's really dangerous to get close to enemies, and when I have negative 1000 defense like I do, even a bat will take off 5 HP. And it is really easy to get hit by a lot of those. We made it to the food shop, not far into the dungeon. This is a big moment for us. When we scroll to the bottom of this, she can have very special items. 45% critical damage is actually really good. We're looking for these green text items. Sometimes it's an accessory slot, sometimes it's all sorts of good things. We'll take crit damage. Then I also need something like this. This will add power for more damage, but also defense and evasion because those are currently in the negative and we will not survive with negative defense. Crit damage will eventually climb up to the point where it's in the positive too, so we can actually take advantage of this. This also could have been a really good one. This offers me basically no items, and we'll take a spiked ball because that's going to give me a little bit of crit chance. No, you know what? I'm going to take the Ring of Speed because we could potentially build this set. And again, I'm impatient. I don't want to wait for the enemies to come to me. I want to be able to get right in there and destroy them all. Generally, we'll just try and go for a giant glass cannon build. That way we can just kill everything before we have to learn how to actually play. The early dungeon should be very straightforward. It's also one of my favorites because it's usually quite easy. Enemies are very straightforward and predictable and not stressful. These random chests will show up in some of the rooms too. Charm of Power is actually a good one because that's just 8 power. That's 8% extra damage. And we like damage. And if we get crit chance going, obviously the crit chance is a multiplier off of our total damage. The main thing for this early on is really just not to take a lot of damage stupidly because that can carry forward. It could be really hard to get health back. And if we're getting hit a lot in the early dungeons, it means we're going to get absolutely wrecked in the later dungeons. Like that was really stupid. It was very easy to avoid that. Impatience is the #1 killer of myself within Dungreed. 69 HP and the dream. Oh, after finishing this room, we got a big chest. This is the second best. This will be a yellow item. Hopefully an amazing accessory. Oh, an Uzi pistol is actually really good. That's an offhand weapon. It does 2 to 4 damage, which isn't a lot, but it attacks 9 times per second. So if we go like that, we can fire both of our crossbow and our Uzi. And that could be good because if you get like extra damage per hit, if you're firing that quickly, it's just a lot of extra damage and chance on hits. So I might actually use this. My safe thing is good, but especially when we're so brittle, we want to stay away from enemies as much as we can. That way we control the pace of things. I'm okay with using this cowardly Uzi for now. Maybe later we'll find a big sword or something, but I'm perfectly okay with this. This is safer. Like here's a bunch of bats. They all die quite quickly. They don't need a lot of damage to take down though. But we'll try and get some chance on hits. And I'm not actually sure what's more DPS overall is going to be my super sight or the Uzi. Probably eventually the Uzi at least, because it can be paired with another weapon. Back to the food shop, we got 50 more food spots. So we're going to take onion soup. That's power and max health. Max health will also help keep us alive. That also heals us a little bit. Well then I guess it's time for the first boss fight. I'm going to start this fight with my sight out because the boss is stationary, at least this part of him is. So if we hit him like this, I'm hoping my sword parts stay on top of him like that. But I also can't attack him if I'm not sitting on top of him either. So it's definitely, yeah, Uzi is the final answer. I dropped into that laser. Either way, we're going to need some supplementary stuff for this weapon. Okay, these come this way, so we're going to try and dodge in between them. Okay, we're going back to the site for a second. Basically, I need more attack speed. That's what I'm taking away from all of this. Now we're going this way. It's just a lot of pattern recognition, and that could be hard when I'm this tired. But we're going to make this work. 49 HP, we're making this first boss look way harder than it is. But this is a slow build. We gotta be careful in the beginning. Eventually we'll have 7, maybe even 8 or 9 accessories. And then we'll be unstoppable. I unfortunately need to take that one. That's going to give us HP because we need it. When you defeat the boss, you'll get these choices. Like that's just a big yellow sword. It attacks quickly, does potentially lots of damage. That's kind of a cool one. This is a very strange item to find in the chest. It's basically garbage. It's a white tier item. But an anvil is something we can use because that will enhance one item. So generally you want to throw your best items in there. If we throw in our super sight, that would be 15% damage or 20% damage plus the additional stats. I definitely want to see what the Uzi does. We could take that, add 20% damage, 6% attack speed, 3 critical chance. I think I want to do that. That's just more damage overall for sure. So it jumped up to 2.4 to 4.8 damage. If we get crits though, actually, that damage will jump up a fair bit. Okay, we sacrifice a few more of those, and the food shop is actually right next door. Right away, there's a food that does defense and crit chance. We're going to take that. We can't quite, we don't have the food room for it yet. So before doing that, we're going to kill that creepy weirdo and start murdering all the local wildlife. I just need a better main hand weapon with this. Preferably also a gun. Preferably also a one-handed gun. That's probably asking a lot. But also if we get some accessories that give us true damage, we could get so much damage out of this Uzi. Okay, this could be big. Oh, that actually is, I think. Reloads weapons while not in use. So I think... How does that work? That's not in use. Does it... If I switch? Is that how it works? Yeah, okay. So if I switch weapons, it can reload. So I could actually swap to my other weapon while it's reloading. Like that, and then attack things. And then once it's reloaded, back to this. Whoops. We also need faster reload speed. That one doesn't count because I wasn't paying attention. The follow-up hit probably was more so my fault. The Uzi actually has a lot of range on it too. That's one of the things I didn't consider when I started using this. Some of the guns don't shoot very far. This one apparently goes quite far. The ghosts. We must kill the ghosts whenever we see them immediately. I need more accessories. I got a good feeling about this run. Some of the rooms are annoying. You gotta really pick and choose what you trigger first. And if we get up here though, actually nothing can hurt us. We can just sit here and rain bullets on their heads and there's not a damn thing they can do about it. Once the regular idiots are done, this big guy spawned in. He might be able to reach us or touch my hitbox. And I don't want my hitbox touched. These ghost things are also annoying because they spawn a crystal somewhere else. Those can really sneak up on you if you're not paying attention, which I mostly am not. Time for the food shop though, so we'll take the defense and crit chance right away. Now defense is only negative 12% and crit chance is still 0. But it's only negative 3.5, so that will climb up. Ooh, another anvil. I don't actually want to use that yet until I find something very good to throw it on. I could see what this yellow item would look like with some assistance. Sometimes they get cool effects. This one did not. I need to very much slam that into my brain that is there though, so I don't leave this map without doing something with that. Whoops. Remember how I was saying how we need to not take damage this entire time in these early dungeons? I'm really not doing that very well. But you know what? I don't care. We're gonna make this work no matter what we do. Confidence will carry us right through everything. Well, there's a silver chest, so this would be a basic quality item. But it might be something. It is not. It's a weapon. I want accessories. Where's my shop? With all these accessory slots too, we can potentially get like several sets. You get the right items together, they do form sets and they are very strong. We're gonna keep our distance from this thing. So many times I've assumed I was out of the distance of those things and then they hit me and it basically kills me. Well, there's a blue chest, so this could also be a decent accessory. And it's a weapon. Nothing but weapons. Any of the things we don't want though, we can mostly go to the sacrificial altar. Those will charge up that bar and then we can start our next run with good items potentially. That's where we got our pink sight at the beginning from. Trying not to aggravate the bison, whatever this is. This weirdo. Then we drop down, hopefully not taking damage immediately. It's really hard if you don't see what's coming. Like dropping down into those areas can be hard, especially when they can fire projectiles up to you. They can see you, you can't see them. There is a chest, hopefully it's a good one. It's just gold. Gold is actually pretty important though for when we go to the shop or potentially reroll machines. So if we find an item or a reroll thing, we can potentially reroll until we get something amazing. Going to coax this gentleman over here. I did all that just to jump onto the spikes after he was dead anyway. I don't know what's wrong with me. Accessory? I think that's actually an accessory. Yes, skill gun's a buff that increases critical damage by 8% for 15 seconds. It also gives 7% attack speed and 5 defense. So those additional stats are what I want. Okay, and here's actually a reroll thing. Before doing this, I actually want to find the shop to see if he's selling anything. Okay, luckily he's right next door. He is selling a green bat, and we're going to buy that. That's an accessory. We're going to re-roll him once. A bullet sharpener increases your critical chance by 15 when equipped with a ranged weapon, which we are. But the bat will fire those fireballs, so we got more projectiles going on in front of us. Crit chance is now actually 15%, so our damage just went up quite a lot. Now this we can re-roll with our $10,000. This is an offhand, otherwise that could have been good. Summons a swordman who gets stronger depending on adventurer's defense. We could actually use this to get a set, but I don't like that set. The taser can be really good if I had like an Uzi in my main hand, because that would add 4 true damage to it. So the Uzi would go crazy with damage. For now, I might actually just get this green bat. Final answer. I'm going to take out the auto reloader. We're going to put the bat in. It fires like an explosive fireball. That's just even more projectiles going out. And because the big green bat is a yellow item, we can get attack speed, ignore defense. Is that really what we want out of that? Yeah, it'd be nice to get more of a better effect out of something. Okay, this is actually better. If we put the syringe down, that will give us 1 true damage. Given how quick that Uzi fires, it's going to go from 2.4 to 3.4 base damage. I'm actually going to do the syringe. So our damage should be considerably higher now. I didn't even see that. I landed right on top of him. While our damage has gone up quite a bit, our HP and toughness has not really. So I still got to watch that a lot. But I can really feel the damage difference. Accessory. We did get ace accessory. This one's weird. It will knock your power down by 50. But when combat starts, increase power by up to 100. I've never really understood what that meant. Like it's random, so half the time it gives you more power, half the time it does not. And some rooms are easier than others, so I don't want to risk that. We might walk into an absolute nightmare of a room and our damage goes way down suddenly. We also just took way too much damage. Okay, we're going to start paying attention again. Got a little bit of HP out of the barrel. We'll go down to this room. The big bat does have that nice explosive thing, which seems to do lots of damage, especially to little skeletons. And there's 4 bats in total. If you get them all, that's a set too. And I think the bats will get tons of damage if they do that. I can't remember what the set bonus is, but hopefully we find out. Definitely just walked right into an icicle again that did lots of damage. So we're slowed for a minute. We'll go back to the food shop and see if there's any food we can fit. We can fit meatballs with spicy sauce for 16 power. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we're getting a 37% damage bonus thanks to that power. And I'm pretty sure we did all the rooms we wanted to do. Right before fighting the next boss, we got another HP. Now we need to fight the ice witch. Before dealing damage to them directly, we need to hit their icicle thing, then we can hit them. Damage feels pretty good. Once they get knocked down to a quarter of their HP, or it goes in segments, every quarter they stop and then we can hit them directly like this. So down they go. Yeah, when all of our things are firing, we're doing big damage. It's basically all it is. There's the ice spear now going around too, so we gotta dodge that every once in a while. Luckily, it's not too bad if you're expecting it. This game in general is just a lot of stuff to dodge. Once you know it's coming though, super easy. The ice witch has melted. Our HP is fine enough that I'm actually gonna take satiety here. Another anvil. I guess we'll take the anvil. There's not a lot of items that I'm very sure I'm going to have till the end of the run. Although, if we do the bat, the regular green bat, we get a 1 true damage. And that's huge for our build. So I really need a faster firing main hand weapon. Because this crossbow is not firing very often. The Uzi is really where all our damage is coming from. Plus the bats. The bats are also helping a lot there. I walked in here with the wrong weapon out. Luckily those guys aren't jumping, so we can just sit here and melt them. This dungeon can absolutely be a big step up in difficulty. Scrolling to the bottom. We do have a green one. This one is 5 power, 20% gold drop, 10% block range damage. I've never even seen that before, so we'll take it. Range damage is annoying. What does he want? I recently found a brilliant treatment. Later. That's like a healing thing. I think it hurts you, but then heals you over time. If we run into trouble, we'll go to him. 20% reload speed would be really good from the speed reloader that he's selling at the shop. There's also 55% gold drop. We'll also take that. Because we can take out the ring of speed. This gives us a little bit of speed anyway. We'll take out the charm of power and put on the speed reloader. So now, as we're firing, when we go to reload, it's considerably quicker, so we get back to murdering. We'll sacrifice another 4 of these. I have regrets. I had a really good feeling on that one. I don't know why, and we were let down. It's nothing a little high-speed bullets won't fix. We just got so many projectiles going out now. Our toughness is very much still garbage. But we're sort of getting closer to glass cannon. Or glass, I don't know, slingshot or something at this point. One of the other advantages of having the bats too is they don't need to reload. They're just constant firing. So even when I'm reloading, they're still firing. And therefore stopping the enemies. Like, this room's one of those ones it's really hard to find a safe spot to sit still for a second. Like, that was nearly all of my HP. But that was just a really bad spawn in that room for enemies. Like, it was hard to find a safe moment. And that's why we rely on luck to just not get spawned into rooms like that. Also sort of reminds me we still need a lot of defense. That's a good, that was close. This is the kind of thing we're looking for. This is a top tier item. Hopefully it is that's actually something we could work with probably. This is a really, really strong weapon. It's a one-handed hammer essentially, but it also comes with 8% movement speed. So we're actually going to do that because its third attack is actually like a ranged attack with this. The problem is I can't hold down to attack with this. But when enemies are close like that, I can actually swing the hammer at them instead. So if they do get close, that's a different damage. I'm going to be a little bit stuck in between the attacks, but that's also part of a really good set. So if we happen to find the rest of the pieces for that set, we'll also be in good shape. I think this bubble just sends money back to our main base, so when we start the next run, we can have more money for it or something. I don't remember. My crit chance doesn't spawn unless I'm holding a crossbow in my main hand. Okay, so I might not be able to use the hammer anyway. If we lose crit chance, I don't know if it's worth it to use that. That might just throw me off anyway, but as a backup, we're going to have the hammer and the shield in case we want to change the pace. Also, in case I accidentally swap weapons mid-battle, which happens more often than I would like to admit. Whoops, jumped right into that one. But it's good to have a backup plan. In case we switch weapons, we'll be reasonably safe. This room had me a little nervous. More stuff was going to spawn. We stayed calm and now everything is dead. And we hopefully get an accessory. Poisonous snake fang would add 2 poison stack, 100% poison duration, 5 defense. That's not terrible. I'm just not sure. Like the poison stuff doesn't mean anything to me. The 5 defense would actually be good. I'm going to swap that out for our magnet. The magnet just pulls gold from a long ways away. I could just stop being lazy. See, I had the wrong thing out again. And now we're way out of position because of it. Think we're okay though? No, we still walked into something. Because I couldn't see it because I was walking around being an idiot. Nothing a good spawn here. Scouter, what are you going to do? Aim accuracy, evasion, ignore defense. That is actually pretty good overall. I'm going to take up the cloth armor, so we're losing some defense again. But this will help me do a lot more damage. And I think we're a lot more precise with our attacks too. We're going to go to the food shop. This has defense and crit chance. We can't quite eat it yet because we'll be overfed. But we will soon. Also, I need to visit this guy. Receive healing. That almost killed me, but now we're going to get 1 HP every 2 seconds for a while. So I'm just going to sit here quietly and heal and think about what I've done. And that left us with 51 out of 99 HP. Now we're going to avoid doing stupid things for a minute, and then we'll be able to get our HP even higher. Speaking of stupid things, there is a chest right down at the bottom of this, and we did not get burned by going for it. It starts to get stressful when HP gets low though, because every room can really be your last one very quickly. Still pretty annoyed. I've got like a very bad crossbow is my main hand weapon. Here's another sacrificial altar. We'll take all the things that we probably don't want, leaving the ones we may use. Gonna continue to explore the dungeon in case there's some good items hiding somewhere out here. We worked our way through this room. It was very uneventful. Out of that, we got this. Could actually be a... Oh, that's a secondary pistol. I think it's a secondary weapon. Yep, it sure is. I need the Uzi that goes in the main hand. It would be such a good complement to this, because we'd be firing 1 trillion bullets per second. And that's the kind of damage that would actually make me look not like a complete idiot. Although debatably, there's nothing that can stop that now. This is mostly just annoying in the sense it's taking a second to like work our way through it. The explosive bullets are nice because I can just sort of spray towards the enemies. That's a koi-shaped coin purse. Enemies drop coins. Nope, that won't work for us. So then back to the food shop where we're going to take defense and crit chance. Defense is finally in the positive. We have a 0.9% damage reduction, which is still way too low. But that's just the way it goes. On to a boss fight, which could prove to be difficult. Because while our damage is good, I really still need a better main hand weapon to fully utilize this build. That was close. Yeah, actually, the damage is better than I thought it was. Because this guy's got some HP on him. Think I gotta go up there, starting to get familiar with the moves here. Yeah, okay, actually, so far so good. He disappears halfway through the fight to spawn some idiots, who shouldn't be a problem. Although that second one did hit me just once, fleetingly, and that took off like all of our HP. This game is just hard, and now it goes into a rage mode, and I don't really remember, and we got deaded just like that. But then for fun, I wanted to start again, even though we had no blessing built up, and somehow that blessing still turned into Stromboli, which is a big-ass hammer, which, to begin, clearly does a lot of damage, and it's actually fairly quick. Plus it is burning damage, so this could be interesting. This one's actually getting sort of interesting. Ignore my low health currently, but we just found cowhide armor, which I believe is part of a set. If we find the rest of the pieces of this, which we already have one of, that is actually some kind of great armor set, which would obviously help keep us alive a lot. Plus pieces like this add defense, movement speed, and attack speed, which we already have positive defense. Plus our critical chance is up to 4.7% by the time we're done the first dungeon, and on a hammer that big, that could be good. But we gotta see the damage difference for fighting the first boss. Every 10 swings, this does a giant explosion too. We gotta, whoops, not get hit like that. But every 10 hits is going to be good against bosses because it's really easy to get 10 in a row here because the boss basically just sits there and takes it. Boss died pretty easily, so we're going to work with this one. At the food shop in the next dungeon, plus 45% crit damage. Our crit chance is already getting up there, and given that we're wielding a large hammer, those things are going to be nice stats together. Then at the shop, we've also found Moonwalker. When moving to a different room, dodge one attack. So I think we get a free hit. Plus 10% attack speed and 6 max health. That's a huge item. This will be a nice contrast. We're going to fight boss number 2 already. And so far, damage feels considerably higher than before. Much higher. And fire damage is really starting to add up on enemies. So boss number 2 goes down easy. After defeating the boss, we got a coffee cup that gave us 10% more attack speed. And then at the food shop, there's some good items. We can get 13 power, 20% decreased cooldown of skills. I don't really actually want that. I want a lot of defense. And ironically, we just found the main hand Uzi. Could have used that last run, but that could be a backup with the shield for this run. But now the big question, can we defeat this idiot with a hammer instead of little Uzi? We're doing more damage for sure. We are tougher, but if he hits us like 3 times, we're still dead. So far so good. We're definitely taking damage a lot better. We're clearly a lot tougher. I was mostly just hiding on him there. His little minion should show up. While we are tougher, things still hurt a lot. We got to be really careful not to get hit by anything at all. The burning is really nice because that means I can just sort of hit things a few times and take a step back if need be. And all that burning damage will continue to tick away at 8 per tick, which is huge. Okay, our HP is getting low again, but so is his. So we're just going to fight our way through this. Oh, that was, don't know what happened there. Never seen that before. Got him. Please have some kind of amazing item for that. That was a lot harder than I wanted it to be. Definitely taking HP. There is an anvil. I'm going to stick an anvil on my big hammer because I'm really enjoying my big hammer. There's a few really good choices here. When you attack, deal poison damage, which would also be big. We deal fire and poison. It's either that or we take an extra 10% attack speed, which I think we might take. Now, you know what? We're going to get the poison damage because we might also be able to boost that as well. That way, if need be, we can hit and run enemies. Plus, I mean, that's 20% extra damage. So now we deal poison and burn damage. Either one of those can be boosted fairly easily with items. And since we're clearly going further, these are the kind of items we got. A lot of basic ones, but definitely some better ones. Okay, off we go. Where's the food shop? Let me guess. It's right here anyway. No, but we did find a shop. And I do get 1 free hit when I move into a new room. And that's giving me a lot of help. Another Uzi. Wow. I'm going to sell the koi-shaped coin purse. That gives me coins when I hit enemies. We got 30,000. We don't need any more. I'm going to get hawk earrings, 10 critical chance, 9 movement speed. Critical chance is up to 17.7%. And when you're wielding a hammer this big, that counts for a lot. Sorry, I just had to really focus there for a second. Yeah, these ghost things are really annoying. They just respawn somewhere near you. And I needed to focus on that. But now I do want to hit him once and watch. Oh, poison damage is actually quite little. I thought it would be a lot more than that. I regret my choice prior. But we got the food shop, gold drop, blocked rain damage. That one again. What do we want here? We want crit chance, defense. We probably want defense and crit chance to start. Damage reduction is 25%. Crit chance is 22.9 now. Definitely the quicker we can kill these idiots, the happier we're all going to be. But yeah, spawn in. Yeah, just let me blow you up with my giant hammer. These guys will spawn in, but they're interruptible. You just give them a big smack with a giant hammer, set them on fire, and then life is good again. That was an ugly little maneuver. Kind of got out of control, but everything burned and or poisoned themselves to death. And it is nice being able to switch to this Uzi every once in a while. Just for rooms like this when I just can't be bothered to jump in there with a hammer. It can get a little hard to time it, jumping midair, swinging this hammer. So it's nice if I can just Uzi them sometimes. The hammer definitely hits harder, so if I can use it, I will. But there's a time and a place for everything, really. This one was annoying rooms. It was really hard to get moved down because there were so many projectiles coming up and I could not see a thing. We have some decent toughness. Not really, like a 3 out of 10, so we still got to be careful. Because we're still at the point where like breathing the wrong amount of oxygen will kill us. It would be nice to get more burn damage. I've never really had a burn build before because normally I don't do a lot of burning, but with the way this hammer hits, it's creating big burns. $8,000 for a ring that has 4 effects. I guess we got lots of money, so I might as well actually do with this. I don't normally get this because normally the effects it gets are bad. That's not terrible, not great. 45% dash damage I don't care about, although this does take away dash damage. Then movement speed is fine, critical damage is whatever, 6 defense. So I could definitely take off the old cloth armor and put that on. I would have preferred like attack speed, toughness, more attack speed, and more toughness again. But Who are we to complain? This is a guy from the next dungeon. Luckily, we're able to just massacre everything with our giant hammer. Here's an item pick room. These are all so bad that I don't even think I want any of these. We're going to take the Ring of Speed. Because that actually gives us 3 of the set of the rings, doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. I don't know how good the actual set is. I don't know if I've ever had this set. Oh, apparently I have the armor set I'm looking for. That would give us power, 3 toughness, which would be huge. That's definitely one we want. As for the ring set, we don't know what it does yet. I am hopeful we'll find out though. That ghost is going to be annoying, so let's just go ahead and, yep, shoot him. That is one of the actually armor pieces I need right below me. So we got to take off something. Oh, we got so many items on us. I just destroyed a slingshot so we can pick up the chain armor. Now we can actually swap things around. I'm going to take off the whatever sheath and we're going to put on the new armor. Yeah, there we go. So that's even more defense for us. We need 1 more piece of armor for that set. Defense, we're also getting 33% reduction. This is what I need, the tribute thing. So we got to be careful what we're selling here because some of this might come in handy again. Oh, I didn't realize I took that off. I took the wrong item off. That's okay. We're going to sell that. Do we want the bat? We're going to hold the bat for now. Good thing I did that, actually. I wouldn't have noticed we took the wrong item off. Now we have room in our inventory a little bit. This room seems pretty straightforward. Just going to smash everything, give you a few bites. Yeah, that thing died quickly. The crit damage is feeling good. Then at the food shop, we can take 14 power, 9.1 defense. So our defense has jumped up to nearly 40%. Crit chance is 23% as well. Should be just a few more rooms in this dungeon. We evaded the first fire hit, but not the second. That's a shame. There's lots of health laying around this dungeon and we got really lucky on drops. Plus our damage was high enough that nothing really got a chance to hit us. Okay, this is going to be an annoying bat room. So we're pulling out the Uzi. Mostly just for that one. The rest of these are going to be pretty straightforward. The Uzi is still some serious damage, even just like the basic Uzi, just from its fire rate. Then we're going to waste this giant fairy for only 6 HP. Then I think it's basically just time for a boss fight. I'm feeling pretty confident about this one. Considering we're able to light this thing on fire and poison them, their health is going to drop quite quickly. Just got to live through its stupid little games. And for ones we're actually doing these pretty well, just got to jump up to about there. They'll reappear here, I think. Nope, in the middle. I forgot where they disappeared from. There we go. And yeah, we'll just continue burning and poisoning everything. If we could get even just a little more poison damage, it would really up our DPS. Oh, there's also a giant snake behind the boss that we've killed. Now the boss is also dead. Our damage is feeling good. We didn't actually even take any damage there, so we can take this HID thing. The coffee cup is actually good because we summoned the coffee shop. And then we get a choice between crit chance, power, and attack speed. We're taking 10% attack speed. And that's a noticeable difference. We are very quick with this massive hammer. The secret boss is down there. One of the secret bosses, we're not doing that. We need to be having a very strong run for that. Oh, well, there's another 2 things wasted for the food shop. They don't have anything special. I'm going to take 5 more defense at 8 max health. We're up to 127 HP, which feels better. 41% damage reduction. Which is better, but this is very much still one of those dungeons where one room can just absolutely wreck you. Like, look at our HP now. We're down to 111 off like one misclick. But we did get an HP fairy. That was definitely one of the harder rooms we're likely to encounter. The shop doesn't really have anything new. The heater shield is nice, but I already have one. That's actually a nice heater shield though. 5 block, 2 defense. That's considerably better. I'm actually going to buy that just because we have the money for it. We're going to sell the old one and replace it just in case I do need to swap back to the Uzi. Oh, and I do actually have the set for that. If I put the longsword there and then pull that out, we then get that set, which actually is probably pretty good in itself, even though it's a very basic sword. But it's not my beloved Uzi. I'm tempted to actually re-roll this, and I'm going to. I couldn't help myself. There was a minigun, which is kind of like the Uzi on steroids. That also would have been good last run. Nothing there is really good, so we're just going to move on. I'm going to take my giant hammer and we're going to make the best of this. I'm going to try the Uzi for a second. I just want to see what the damage is like, because the boss of this area is... Oh, we got the last piece of the set we needed. Yeah, we sure did. I'm going to take off the silver ring and we're going to replace it with that. So now we get 30 power, 3 toughness, and 20% dash. Toughness is just straight up damage reduction. So everything that hits us will take 3 less damage from it. On top of that, we have 48% damage reduction, so we are suddenly really tough. And if we swap to our Uzi, actually, toughness goes up to 5. So we might be actually really, really tough suddenly. And we're going to be wearing that set no matter what weapon we have out, so even the Uzi is doing huge amounts of damage. Depending on the dungeon, I might start using the Uzi more. Okay, we definitely got hit there, but even that still hurt us, but we took a lot of hits there. I may be enjoying practicing with this too much, and I should just actually finish things off. That ghost is burning. Plus, we got a yellow chest. Luck is going our way. That's a Savage Axe. I don't like that one. We're not going to use it. This one's going to be a tricky one, because that thing's going to trigger. So is that one. I'm probably just going to have to go ahead and Uzi my way in there. I can't really get close to that. Maybe I can. Okay, come on then, stupids. Let's finish this off. The Uzi might be more damage still at this point. That might be based on attack rate too, because we have high attack speed. Basically, I don't know which weapon to use right now. I'm at that turning point where either are good. Either feel good. The Uzi definitely gives us more toughness. The Uzi will probably be better against the boss. Now the Tribute Altar. The Uzi will very much likely be better. Oh, I actually had all the pieces I need for the set of this earlier. I didn't even realize that, or I could have, rather. Okay, this annoying room where there's a bunch of idiots down below. Okay, you know what? We're just going to smack them with the hammer. If we can get close to enemies, hammer is better. If we can't get close, the other thing, Uzi. I always get so distracted when I see those stupid ghosts, because I know they're going to spawn all around me. Luckily, this thing has an enormous radius. I basically just swing it anywhere and good things happen. Okay, we got that dragon dead quick. Damage is so high. Those missile launchers can be annoying, so can those things. Oh, there's another missile launcher. I think I can actually destroy missiles with the hammer, though. And more things are going to spawn in. Got it. No problem. This is just the room that keeps on giving. This is getting annoying quickly. Wow, that hurt. I really should be smart. If I think I'm going to take damage, I should swap to the other weapon. But that's also really hard to do in time in a hurry. This room could have been annoying under other circumstances, but those guys are actually trapped down there. So as long as I don't walk into their attack, I can just absolutely melt them. This room... The bats are kind of annoying right now, but they're only like annoying in this irritating sense. So not that hard to deal with. Ooh, poisonous snake fang will give me more poison damage. No, maybe it is poison duration? Maybe it stacks more if I hit things more. Instructions a little unclear. We're going to take that's more attack speed though. Yeah, I'm going to take the Ring of Midas and try this for just a little more poison damage. I don't know. This is a good choice. What kind of chest is over there? Is this worth it? You better be something good. Oh, that's definitely legendary. That could be good. Defense helper. Generate protection shield. Okay, this one's really going to put our defense stupidly over the top. I want that critical chance. I'm actually going to take off the daisy ring, I think. Because this also adds 5% attack speed. So we get the shield up here. So even once that runs out, we get to dodge one hit every room. So now we can sort of just go bananas because we have a recharging shield. Okay, that's what the boss room's going to be. There's a heal. Probably going to play with a little bit more reckless abandon than I should. But you know what? That's fine by me. We got a chakra. I'm pretty sure that's a weapon. Yeah, it has some interesting stats on it. I really need to go back to the sacrifice altar. Oh, I gotta get these slimes. These are pretty annoying to let live. Okay, we evaded one there. Maybe the evasion happens before our bar gets hit. Whatever the case, that little thing's about to blow up. I gotta pay attention to the poison stacks too to see if things are getting poisoned more than they were. That dragon's still only poisoned for one. So I'm really not sure the poison stacks work. That was, we sort of got away with a lazy one there. That's gonna hurt. That's okay. Okay, I gotta go back to the altar here and start sacrificing some items out of our inventory. That can go, that can go. This I was going to keep because 10% final damage. We lose 20 defense though. I'm going to hold on to that. We'll get rid of some of these other things. I want the rings in case we use that for a ring set. Then we're going to drag and drop some things out of the inventory so that they're never to be seen again. These other ones may or may not have a use. 10% final damage would be fun though. I guess I could probably also take off the snake fang then if it's not really helping us, which it doesn't seem to be. Okay, poison duration and stuff, I really don't care about that at this point. We'll just put back on something that's going to be helpful to us. That's attack speed. This is defense, crit damage, movement speed. I think I actually want the attack speed. The faster we can swing this hammer, the better we are. Yeah, look at these stupids. They're just going to sit down there and die. But yes, we'll get in with the hammer anyway, because they'll just explode basically immediately. Back to the food shop. Do we want crit damage and crit chance? Probably. We didn't need to think that through. Crit chance is now basically 30%, so almost 1 in 3 are a crit. And we attack very quickly, so that's a lot of damage. Also a 45% damage reduction with 3 toughness. Is that going to be enough to get us through this boss? I don't actually know. If we start taking too much damage, I'm going to switch to the Uzi just for that extra toughness. For now, I'm hoping very much that this will carry us through and the damage seems strong enough that it just about might. Every once in a while, that thing's going to turn red like that and then we can't hurt it, so then it's up to us to dodge the damage. But our damage, I think, is very much going to carry us through this. Oh yeah, we can still be hitting this. Oh, we are destroying this thing. I didn't realize our damage was actually this high. At least against bosses. So we can attack it again. We're gonna go through the fire. You know what? We'll just finish it off. Yeah, this boss is a really good test because this boss is crazy hard unless you're really geared. Okay, we'll take the pile of gold. We'll take the coffee cup there because we don't want that. Coffee cup it is. We can get another 10% attack speed. It's so quick. It's even quicker than it was. Plus, we can take this HID thing there, so food only dropped by 10. But that's really all we needed. This way to the food shop. This dungeon is really, could be really hard. We'll just start diving into this with a big hammer. Between our shield and toughness and everything, I think we'll be okay. Like, we got a really good setup for these rooms, actually. So as long as we don't do anything incredibly stupid, we'll be fine. Is any really good foods here? Can we get, like, a giant attack speed? I will just take raw 26 power. Then maybe 9 power and 6.6 crit chance. So crit chance is legitimately 35% now. We have a 167% damage bonus and we swing this fast. That's why everything is dying rather quickly. And if they don't, they burn to death or die in their subsequent hits. Now it's just a matter of managing myself properly and not running into enemies. We do have a little bit of shield and dodge though, which is going to help a lot. But this is the kind of build I like where we get really tough and high damage so we can sort of just charge into rooms and not have to wait or think very much. When we just go in and sort of get them over with. The shield does help too. That way we can sort of take those, we can sacrifice hits just like that. We don't need to care. Pretty sure, yeah, you're gonna come alive. And one of you will come alive and you're dead. Didn't even get a chance to be alive. Also gonna be an idiot here. Don't remember what these things do. Cool, I'll just go ahead and murder you regardless. A bomb pouch. I know that does pair with some things, but I can't remember what. Doesn't matter anyway. I don't know. There's very few sets we could actually add to this that would be good. That would fit. Our armor set is just insanely good. There's a big HP fairy there, so if we do get hit somewhere, we come right back to this room. Okay, that thing's gotta die. It's gonna be a weird dodge. And it's good too, because we can hit things and then do like a flyby. They'll continue to take damage due to fire and or poison. I'm not actually sure what I'm looking for at this point. Like, I kind of just want to go to the boss because I don't think we're really going to find anything that's going to help. Short of like more attack speed somehow, which I would always take, but I don't know how to add it to this without taking something else away. Ooh, look at all the idiots in this room. We'll just dive right into the middle of them. We can take them all on. Yeah. We haven't even touched our shield yet and all that. I don't know what happened there. I think we dodged. But that sort of emphasizes how strong this is. Maybe we're just hitting them all too, so we were like interrupting their attacks. But it's clearly quite a powerful build. And we'll very hopefully add some more toys to this. This really is getting to the point where I'm basically just sort of wandering through the room smashing things without really thinking about what I'm doing. This could be a nice addition. The taser. One of my beloved items. That adds 4 true damage. You put it in the offhand. So like we put it with the Uzi. And we'll be doing 8 damage instead of 4 at the base. Plus 2 max damage also, actually. So it just does huge amounts. We're going to put it there for fun. Because we got lots of toughness as it is. At the shop, we got a gold candy. Nice legendary. Dash damage, attack speed, evasion, movement speed. Kind of a fun item, but it wouldn't really, not really what we're looking for. I just want to try the Uzi with the extra added true damage. And it's obviously pretty strong. Yeah, if we had dual Uzis or something, it would be even better. But for the most part, it's just hammer time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're gonna walk right into that guy, yeah, without any fear. Straight into that giant pile of idiots. This is the kind of room that's just gonna spawn a bunch of waves of idiots on us. That's bad news for them. They're gonna drop into a colossal giant hammer that's gonna set them on fire and smash their soul so hard that their ancestors are being murdered. Well, that's all done. Ooh, that's also a good weapon. Increase attack speed by 25% when equipped with a one-handed weapon. So like we combine that with the Uzi or something. Just to do even quicker damage. But we're not going to build that. We're using a big old-fashioned two-handed hammer. It's definitely all the right stuff. Especially considering it's making me look like I actually know how to play this. Okay, I ran out of dashes, so we didn't get up to the ghosty thing. But we did this time. Oh no, we lost half of our shield. Whatever will we do? Here's a free carabiner. That's just a nice hard-hitting gun. And we're back to the altar, which actually isn't full yet. So we'll give up some more items. I don't think I'm going to use that ever again. Probably also not that. Not quite full yet. You can have that. Now it's full. Now next time we get a guaranteed legendary to start. Then at the food shop, we'll just take this because it's the most power. And then we'll take this because it's power and max health. 188% power damage bonus. The problem is this boss is really strong. To be fair, I said that about the last boss. I just gotta remember to not walk into those things. and be a little bit careful about what I do everywhere. Just don't walk into the sword things. Basically, just stay away from the boss and we're good. This thing's got lots of range on it, so while we do have a hammer, we can stay quite a ways away. It's also a multi-stage boss where then we gotta go and kill these things, which really isn't going to be that hard because we're quite strong. And then they respawn with 3/4 of their HP. That's fine because we can smash and burn it away. Gonna get out of the way of that. Starting to remember the attack patterns here. Dead again. And he's gonna summon his idiots again in a very repeatable pattern. I think we can get them close to dead and then let the fire do the rest of the work. It's kind of funny when we just let them burn to death slowly. I'm gonna sit down here on the stairs actually hitting him. I was just hoping we'd stay a little further away from the damage. Walked into one of those still. It's like my one rule, don't walk into the sword thing. And I still do it. Okay, they're almost dead, so that's good. We are doing lots of damage, considering it carried us through this battle. Battle has been completed. We're definitely going to take healing after that one. I don't want any of these. Like, so late into the game, you give me a bouquet of flowers, which is actually a set we've never seen. I'm going to actually have to take that just because I want to see what that set is. Okay, that's a weapon, apparently. So, critical damage and attack speed. Okay, good. We're never going to use that again. Moving on. We jumped up to 105 HP, so that's something. Because now we have to fight the next boss, who is even stronger. But we're doing tons of damage too. They can jump around like that, so it's going to be hard to keep up and like damage them continuously. But we're just going to do our best to maybe not take a ton of damage wherever we can. Our shield did regenerate, but it's already gone, and so is a lot of our HP. But their first phase is done. I'm basically just going to try and stick to them. As much as I can. Trying to utilize the range of my big hammer. Yep, good. So far, so good. Taking damage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I went the wrong way. I clicked the wrong way. We were so close. But that was such a good build. So much damage. Love this game.